Beerzerker! Got us a Sammy Adams Rebel IPA here. So, got the tulip glass. This is expires in April, and it is November right now, so maybe not super new. I don't know. And this could be from Boston, Massachusetts, or Bringensville, Pennsylvania. So let's give this a pour. Taste it out, you know what I mean? Alright, so, looks okay. This actually smells not too bad. It's a very hazy yellow, very dense looking head on there. Smelling a lot of hops and like sweet, biscuity, honey type smells. This is at, I believe, 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 alcohol by volume. Tastes a little bland for some reason. I had two already and found that they were quite hop forward, and I got a lot of like natural gas, cat piss, and sulfur kind of out of the hops. But you know what it is? This just came right out of the fridge, so this is probably a little bit colder than those other ones. Starting to kind of get that little bit. Probably not getting a whole lot of aroma through that head yet. It's tasting a bit flat, flabby, a little bit of shitty craft beer, a little bit of mass-producedness in there for sure. I pitted up against the Goose Island IPA because I watched Ethan's beer reviews of that one, and pitted up against this one, which is actually Canadian Goose Island, and these are the bottled versions, and he did both the American Goose and this. This is American as well, but both out of cans. And so this Canadian Goose, I guarantee, is quite a bit different. You can tell just by seeing it on camera. It's a totally different color and all that. But anyway, back to the Rebel. I will link up that review, Ethan's dual review, and the other review of the Goose that I did of this, the straight up Canadian one. I just try to do a whole rabbit hole just to condense the Goose and this together, because they're both pretty even. They're both pretty similar. So you decide. Now it's starting to come out, starting to get that kind of danky fucking piss smell coming out. So I had them warm up for, probably 20 minutes by the time I got my shit together. It's still going to be pretty cold, like being out of the fridge for 20 minutes. To me, that's still pretty cold. Actually, probably just right for an IPA. Not warm by any means, but right out of the fridge like this. This is the macro of the IPA world, I guess. You got to drink it cold. That's all there is to it. Cold, you can't hardly taste any of the flaws in it, so it's really drinkable, really quite passable, actually. But for the money, I think I can do a lot better. For the same amount of money, I can get a better IPA. Lots of better IPAs. The head's really dense too. Even though there's a lot of hops in IPA, I'm looking at it as okay, there's some unfermentable sugars in there or something that they added to give it that dense, creamy head, which is nice. But you can kind of taste that kind of stuff a lot of times, and kind of basic chalkiness. A lot of this comes in with what I feel a shitty craft brew. Not really tasting too extracty, maybe a little. I kind of doubt that. I would hope that they didn't use any extract, but there's a lot of craft beers that I've tasted that I'm just like, especially with brown ales and stuff. I'm just like, oh, extract, extract, extract. You know, not so much in here, but I'm tasting like things to water conditioners. Maybe this is just me fantasizing. Water conditioners, basic things, and head enhancements. We've maltodextrin, stuff like that. Yeah, now it's really starting to come unhinged. So as this beer warms up, so cold. If you're pounding these, you probably won't notice too much wrong with it. Just kind of bland and a little bit mass-produced tasting. As this warms up, this really, really just starts getting sulfurous, cat piss, shit out of the hops for sure out of the hops. That's why it's so hard on it. But like this is really cold right now. It's really cold. It's starting to come out, but this cold, the hops are super weak. The hops do get a lot more powerful when this as it warms up. Not in a good way. In a little bit of a good way, but then it kind of like teeter-totters and bad in another way, which is cat piss, the cat piss way. It's starting to come out. Starting to get the hop bitterness now, and as these hops come out of the coldness, they excrete cat spray all over your palate. So, Okay, so not horrible. I'm going to shoot this one a solid 6.5. Again, I tell you that there's definitely certain Euro lagers I'd rather be drinking. I'd rather be drinking a Grolsch right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Doesn't take long. They're really starting to come out now. Really starting to come out. I don't want to milk this. We're 7 minutes in, almost 8 minutes in. I don't really want to drag this on too much, but if I warm it up, just like that, it just starts screaming cat piss. Spears. Hashtag screaming cat piss. It's cheesing. Let's go cheesing. I bet you that just there. Hands on the glass, swirling it up. Degassing tricks, dirty tricks. Makes most beers worse, but really good with like Belgian quads and stuff. Degas, warm them up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't hopped that well. That's my biggest deal with it. It has potent hops if you let it warm up, but then they just kind of, you get really kind of bad bitterness and like I say, sulfur, cat piss, natural gas. And that's what happens. And so I would say, don't worry about conditioning your water just perfect or whatever, and don't worry about the head if you have an IPA. This is what doesn't make any sense to me. An IPA isn't going to be like without head. So just pick some good hops, like for Sam Adams, for this to be the regular line IPA. Why don't I just throw some Cascade and Amarillo, hop it with whatever fucking bittering hop, just make a regular IPA. I'd be a lot happier with that. And you don't need anything extra in it. It's not necessary. We'd be looking at like a 9.5 beer, probably. You know what I mean? And I said this is like, just getting bad as it degasses and warms up. That really, really is shit. So, yeah, 6.5. Honestly, got a 6.5 out of 11. That's it. follow the linkage in the rabbit hole if you really want to learn more about these fucking beers, man. Like, these are common. I got duped by the Goose. I thought it would be a lot better. I thought both of these would be a little bit better. I thought I'd be drinking at least 8.5 beers, not 6 and 6.5s. Beerzerker, I'm out. Yeah!